Martin Luther had a dream. All my life I want money and power. Oh yeah, I can't really do an intro anymore, can I? So it's just like you just kind of like hit the live button and then it just goes on. Well, what's up, Lunchy? You're coming up here, baby? Good. Good, Lunchy. Welcome back. Hello, my friend. I think it's time to start the show there, Poofy Poons. You know, your lady time, don't be bleeding all over my mouse pad. Don't be bleeding on my mouse pad, sweet baby Lunchy. Como estás, mi amor? How are you doing? You gonna lick my finger? You got the cry eyes a lot. You've been crying? Yeah. You want another pub cup or something? Well, welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. That's right, the best worst show on the internet. And I'll be your host, Manuel Chavez the third or the turd, depending on how you know me. And this is just another episode of the Griftcast IRL. What's up, JR Riggs? How you doing, my friend? Yeah, it's a Super Bowl Sunday, bro. Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, we can't have you up here right now. You're gonna be bleeding all over the place. Anyways, how's it going, dudes and dudettes and everyone else? It's been a real interesting day. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? I didn't actually. I didn't. I didn't really care to or whatever. Although I did predict that the Eagles would win the game. Like I said, fly Eagles fly. The Eagles won the game, or at least that's what I'm seeing right here on the internet or whatever. It does say Super Bowl LIX, Super Bowl licks. And today, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Kansas City Chiefs lost 22-40 in what some are calling a very, very good game. A very, very a game that they didn't expect, I guess. I don't know, man. What's up, B? How you doing? Nice to see you here with us. Yes, it looks like the Super Bowl is over. The Kansas City Chiefs lost, which is very, very interesting because I feel like they've won a couple of them. Haven't they been on like a streak or something like that? And finally, the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that I believe has only won one prior Super Bowl to this one. Yeah, like this is their second Super Bowl win. So yeah, I guess for some people it'd be an upset or whatever. I don't know. What I do know is that I believe Kendrick Lamar was the guy that did the halftime show. Like that's interesting. I watched a little bit of that. You know, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. Yeah, it was like I became a Kendrick Lamar fan, but yeah, it looks like that with that score right there, 40-22. That definitely sits in the category of a blowout. No, Lunchy. You're bleeding all over the place. I don't want you bleeding all over my I don't want you bleeding all over my mouse pad. But Daddy, if you stay in my lap, you could sit in my lap. Just sit in my lap. Sit in the lap. Sit in the lappy. Are you gonna sit in the lappy? I don't want you to. I don't want you getting all the stuff on my mouse pad. I can already see. Sorry, Lunchy. Sorry, Lunchy. Nope. Can't do it. Can you just stay right here? How about that? Can you just stay right here? Can you stay off my bed? Go stay in your bed. Go stay in your bed. No, Papa, I want to go on the table. Wow. The Chief fans started leaving the stadium in drove before the game was over. That's messed up, bro. That's messed up. It was a blowout. Yeah, it definitely seems like a pretty complete blowout. It ain't smart to be playing any media from the Super Bowl because that shit gets struck down like faster than the fastest of the fast of the fast. But goddamn, homie, are you shitting me, dude? That is a blowout. I mean, That's crazy, dude. That's like the election right there, you know? Like, was Kamala Harris a Kansas City Chiefs fan? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the world is hearing. Maybe the world is actually healing. That's a possibility, right? Like, I don't know if it's true or gonna be real, but I did see some videos that people were posting about good old Donald Trump, right? And how he was getting cheered at the Super Bowl, and then how, I don't know, Taylor Swift is getting cheered. Let's just take a look. I think it's safe to say people like them some Donald Trump. And then, oh wait, they put up Taylor Swift, and what was that? They did not like her. Is that booing? Is that booing? Is that the boo? Yeah, you can see maybe sentiment in the world is changing or something. But yeah, that definitely feels like some bad booing going on. I like the look on her face. She like looks like that one meme where she looks over and she's like, fuck. Nah, man, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Yeah, it was you, wasn't it? It did see it. And B, you're not a Taylor Swift fan? Me neither. Me neither. Although, you know, I'm a fan of that booty, if that makes any sense. But then again, I'm a man and I'm a pig, so you know, whatever. Whatever. It's not much of a booty though. It's not much booty. The world is healing, maybe. Maybe it is healing. Maybe the world is healing. It's what I feel like it could be. And yeah, go ahead and click on griftcast.com. You can go to griftcast.com if you want to see all of our links. Follow us on all of the things. See us in all of the set and all the stuff. I don't know, dude. Kind of seems like things are about to be going down. Somebody posted this video on Breaking 911 after the Super Bowl. This is in New Orleans right now. View from Broad Street in Philadelphia. This is what it looks like in Philadelphia right now after they won the bowl. There's going to be a lot of drunk motherfuckers outside of that day tonight.
That's insane.
It is insane. No lunchy. No lunchy.
That's insane.
The TV didn't show Trump during the game. That's messed up. Why wouldn't they show the president? He's the president of the United States.
That's insane. That's insane.
Some babies are getting made tonight. Is what I'm saying. Some babies are getting made. Come here. Where'd you go, baby? You come up here now. I took the thing off. You're gonna make my computer experience shit. Come on. You want to come over here now? You're over it? Come on. Get over here. You got such attitude, puppy. Where did you learn all this attitude? What has Sherry been teaching you? Oh, what do you mean? There you go. Try not to get shit all over my table. God damn it. Anyways, so yeah, it seems like we're gonna have some riots tonight, but they're gonna be football riots, so it's okay. You know, it's not gonna be. I mean, in Philly, you're just gonna have a bunch of green people running around wearing green shit, get fucked up. It's like it's 8:45 my time. So yeah, like in about an hour and a half, there's gonna be a lot of fucked up motherfuckers stumbling home. There's gonna be dudes sleeping outside in the grass tonight for sure in Philadelphia. Eagles fans all over the country are rejoicing. I have actually hung out with Eagles fans before. I remember when I was in LA, and I was hanging out with the Mark Wahlberg's people. Right, they had like a big group of people that would watch all the Eagles games and shit like that in LA. And I mean, man, dude, those guys are crazy, bro. They'd be wearing all the shirts and shit. And I'd be like, the Eagles, what's football? You know, and be like, oh, I don't know what football is. I don't watch the football. I don't watch the football. What are you talking about? What's the football? Yeah, I should have watched it, but I don't actually have TV. So I couldn't find it on YouTube or Rumble or anything like that. So I was like, well, where the fuck am I supposed to watch this? Was gonna NFL.com and some shit. It's a lot of work, man. Shit's a lot of fucking work right now. It's a lot of work. Don't know how we're gonna deal with that shit, but whatever. That's just what I've been hearing about is that, everybody thought that Trump was there. He was doing real good stuff. People were super happy with him. They wanted to make sure that he was real good, but like, you know, they showed Taylor Swift on the screen. They put T Swift up there, which is, not a problem. But look at this face. Boo! 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 Anyways, you little ham. I love you. See, look, I'll do anything for you. You're just like a regular lady. Your personality. And my little Ariana Grande puppy. Daddy, is that a fat joke, Daddy? Damn. Okay. Sorry, Luchi. Didn't mean like that. My bad. My bad. So, cool, man. They won, dude. The Eagles won. What else are we supposed to say out there other than, I don't know, put out some shout outs, dude? I see some people out there. We got Virginia Olsen in the chat. What's up, Virginia Olsen? Nice to see you. Hello, Mr. Blacksmith. What's good? How are you doing? Hello to CV. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. And then we got what was that right there? Let me look at that again. Ertris try. It's a stupid name. Anyways, what's up? What does Virginia Olsen actually have? Did anyone see Elon's commercials? I must have missed them. Yeah, I was actually in the same boat. I didn't hear any. I've been looking around trying to figure out if Elon had some commercials that played or whatever during the Super Bowl because, like, they were saying that he was supposed to have some commercials, and I didn't ever see none. I mean, I didn't watch it, right? But I at least have been Googling it, right? I've been looking it up, and I did not see any Dodge commercials. I saw nobody post any Dodge commercials, nothing. I didn't see it. I didn't see him. We didn't see it. Like, hey, Elon Musk, where's the Dodge commercials at the Super Bowl? I'm not watching this fixed game for nothing. Seems like a lot of people were asking the same question. Check out this pro Dodge ad. Is this a Super Bowl commercial that they were talking about? Is that another anonymous thing? Wait, hold on. Let's watch that. Although, fuck, I can't. Keyboard mash is what your name is. That's not a lie. That's the truth right there. That's the truth. That name is just somebody going. Well, you managed to get the word try right, so we're just going to call you Try Guy. Right now, I'm drinking Blue Powerade with The splash of the Code Red Mountain Dew really keeps the hydration up. Really keeps the hydration low. Let's see this Pro Dodge commercial.
Dear Democrat Party supporters who may be confused, I get it. You're watching all of this unfold, the shifting political landscape, Trump's growing more are you willing to overlook? A massive government audit just exposed billions in fraud. That should be a win for everyone. But suddenly, some people are panicking, acting like accountability is a bad thing. Why? Because when corruption is exposed, the guilty scramble. If you're against rooting out fraud, you're either benefiting from it, or you're so deep in party loyalty that you can't handle the truth. Do you realize how wealthy this country is? Do you understand how much has been stolen from you while you struggle with rising costs and empty promises? Do you really think trillion-dollar deficits just happen? That endless wars, shady foreign deals, and corporate payoffs are just the costs of doing business? I believe in debate. I believe in different perspectives. We need two parties. But what happens when one of them stops being a political movement and starts operating like a crime syndicate? What happens when deception, greed, and outright theft become their business model? How much more do they have to steal before you say enough? This isn't left versus right anymore. It's right versus wrong. And if you still refuse to see it, what will it take?
Wow. Nope, that doesn't seem like it was one of those Dodge commercials. I just haven't seen anybody saying anything about a Dodge commercial other than the fact that yeah, we were supposed to be seeing $40 million worth of Elon Musk Dodge commercial, and yeah, dude, like they never came, bro. This is all of us right now waiting for the Dodge commercials. I guess they forgot. I guess they forgot. Mm-hmm. You could take off the mask, JD. Who's JD? JD Vance? Oh, is that what you're talking about, little man? Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to Anonymous. Oh, yeah, what happened to Anonymous? They became a bunch of fags and their shit got all fucked up or retarded. Is that what happened? I think that was the medical terminology or whatever for what happened to them. I'm not sure. What I am sure is that I am a little upset that, we were lied to by Elon Musk. Like, I'm used to getting lied to by Elon Musk, let's be real, but where are all these commercials at? Did they not get approved for the release? What markets did you run them in? Like, where were you running it? You were running it on the network because it doesn't seem like you ran anything. Because, like, we were all waiting for it. We were all looking for it, but, nobody sees it. So we got played, bro. We got played. Everybody was waiting for everybody was waiting for it, and then basically people were going to watch the Super Bowl, and then the Dodge fans waited for Dodge commercials, and they just never came. They never came. They never came. Why did they never come? Why did they lie to us about it? I mean, I'm not that mad about it. I'm not mad about it. But you know what? In lieu of not getting the Super Bowl commercials, our good friend CV was doing some other stuff. And Nick A, I don't care if Dodge is a little busy right now. They ain't too big balls and the boys ain't too busy to get that shit done. They have a completely different group of people doing commercials and shit like that. So like that ain't even an excuse. That ain't even an excuse. All they do is sit in front of computers and look at his spreadsheets. They ain't working hard, motherfucker. They ain't working hard. So yeah, here's Tony the sign guy, actually. So yeah. And Lou, of Super Bowl commercials that we didn't get and that weren't funny or whatever. Let's just check this one guy out.
Hello.
Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a
Hello.
business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory.
Hi, friends. Today we're talking about something super cool called pronouns.
Not interested, sir. Anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap.
Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been.
So you're straight. Anyways, watch me put it down like this. The design is very human.
So I got served today at the pharmacy, and
Sir, here's how to tell if your LED sign is cheap, sir.
You're a fake ally, you're a fake liberal, you're a hypocrite, and I feel sorry for your trans friends. I feel sorry for your trans friends.
I don't have any trans friends. Anyways, here's how to tell if your LED sign is cheap.
Little one asked me, Mommy, what's a girl?
Oh.
Mommy, what's a boy? What makes somebody a girl? What makes somebody a boy?
Genetics.
Baby, I'm a they, them. I have no idea.
If you have a penis, you're a boy. Anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap.
Penis,
How
you're a boy.
someone identifies, my pronouns aren't preferred, they are mandatory.
Anyways, if you don't know how to take a business to the next level, come see us with this ultra-thin light box.
You have reached a pronoun checkpoint.
Not interested. What's up, homie? I'm telling you, if you want to start a business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory.
Many people ask me, how do you use they, them pronouns for a singular person?
Anyways, if you want to order signs for your franchise stores, make sure you buy from a responsible sign company.
When I got my cake pops removed, I specifically asked my surgeon to leave the bag.
Anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap.
Okay, I'm about to show some boy pictures. Be normal.
What's up, homie? Hope you never change. Come check out our perfect marquee letter.
I want to talk to the kids.
Nope. Anyways, if you want to order signs for your franchise stores, make sure you buy from a responsible sign company.
You walk into your new classroom to meet your teacher and you see me. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I'm homeschooling. Anyways, if you want to order signs for your franchise stores, make sure you buy from a responsible sign company.
I am my boyfriend's first black girlfriend. And
if you're black, then I'm the real Donald Trump himself. China, China. I know China very well. I know everybody in China.
I'm proud to be black.
And I'm proud to be Donald Trump. You know, I've been to China. Tremendous place, really. And let me tell you, folks, there's a way to spot a bad LED sign. It's so simple. Even Sleepy Joe could do it.
Do you identify as black?
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Shall I call you Mr.? Pepe Julia Ozima. Thank you for coming. Good morning. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Anyways, if you don't know how to pick a store sign, take it from me, like this cool set of letters. At night, it will be even more eye-catching. Other shopkeepers will be envious about your sign. Any size, any color, any style is at your disposal. UNC certificates, 20 days turnaround time, door-to-door service, no MOQ.
I'm Donald Trump. I love the China. That dude sells signs and he's the funniest guy that I've seen in months, dude. Like, he sells LED signs. And those are the advertisements he posts on the internet. Like, what happened, bro? Like, we used to get like banger commercials during the Super Bowl, just the funniest shit. It wouldn't matter. People would just push the envelope and just get as wild as fuck. And now it's like Elon Musk is telling us that they're going to have some Dodge ones going on and they don't even show up, bro. What's going on in the world? It sucks, bro. I'm telling you. Sucks. It's literally the worst thing that's happened since the last worst thing that's happened. Which was the last worst thing that's ever happened? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know, bro. Do you guys feel like you need an LED sign now? Be like, damn, son, those LED, that first one that said open and he pulled up, man, that thing was sick, man. And then it's magnetic, so you could just move the letters around, right? You could you don't even have to wire it up. You just gotta stick the letter on it and it lights up. It's fucking dope. Honestly, that's the kind of marketing that people need out there. If you're going to send me a commercial, that's the kind of shit that I want to see from you. or whatever. If not, I don't give two fucks, right? I don't give two fucks, which is really weird, considering I think Donald Trump is the first president to actually watch the Super Bowl. Like, he actually went to the Super Bowl and attended it, which is pretty crazy to think about, because literally nobody or no president ever before this particular time has come through and actually done that, right? Like, that's the reaction. He's the first sitting president to attend the NFL Super Bowl, which is pretty crazy. It shows, where his priorities are at. Obviously, he wants to keep the shows alive. He needs to help the NFL, and he's showing up for him, dude. He's doing the American shit, right? Just imagine like having seats around them, or even having to get there and shit. That would be crazy. I wonder if he had a box, right? Like, how's the security work for that? You went down? How's the security work for that? That's the question that I would like to know, is like, how's security work for that? Obviously, it didn't seem like there was any problems. If anybody else out there was actually, planning on doing anything like that, they didn't even have any actual problems. Uh-oh. My cell phone is dying. I have plugged it in. So during the Super Bowl, though, in between and on his way to go to the Super Bowl, Trump was still doing shit while he was running, and it seems to be already creating waves. One of the bigger things that he said, I think, during the Super Bowl, I don't know, he tweeted out like right in the middle of it. Trump says that he is super serious about Canada becoming the 51st state at an interview during the Super Bowl. That's right. He wants it to be the 51st state, dude. Canadians, get ready. You motherfuckers are going to be Americans, and you're going to fucking like it. Welcome to the club, bitches. Might actually be able to visit some of them hot Canadian broads. Do you know what I'm saying? They had it behind a protective window. Well, that's probably really smart. But, not only was he the first sitting president to ever attend the fucking Super Bowl, he's like giving out interviews in the middle of it. He's saying, yeah, I think we should make Canada the 51st state because Justin Trudeau's a fucking bitch. Yes, it is. That's what he told Brett Baer when he was asked to talk about annexing Canada and if it's a real thing. As Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently warned, I think Canada would be much better off. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I think Canada would be much better being off the 51st state because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let it happen, he said. Why are you paying $200 billion a year, essentially a subsidy to Canada? The U.S. is not subsidizing Canada. The U.S. buys products from the natural resource-rich nation, including commodities like oil. While the trade gap in goods has ballooned in recent years to $72 billion in 2023, the deficit largely reflects America's imports of Canadian energy. Trump has repeatedly suggested that Canada would be better off if it agreed to become the 51st U.S. state, a prospect that's deeply unpopular among Canadians. Yeah, you think that's unpopular with the Canadians? I mean, do you really think that we care what the Canadians think? Well, I mean, if they become citizens, we would have to care. But even then, how does that make sense? Why would you just make it the 51st state? Like, it would be the biggest state. Like, they would get so much voting power and shit like that. That doesn't make any sense, to be perfectly honest. Like, you need to break that bitch up into a few states. Like, Canada would have to join the nation, but then we would get like 10 states out of it. You know what I'm saying? In order to actually make it seem like it's worth it. I don't know. Does it have to be worth it? No, some people don't want it to be worth it, but it is a little interesting to hear what folks are saying and asking for at the present time. Maybe you can't make any of this stuff up, but I've been looking at other people's Twitters, and they said, while you've been watching the Super Bowl, Trump has eliminated the Department of Education, eliminated new production of pennies, and a report that Josh Shapiro allegedly tried to have Donald Trump killed in Butler. Let the fun begin. That's very interesting. Yeah, it's hard to believe that there may be a bigger story today than the final score of the Super Bowl. President Trump learned today that a federal whistleblower and former PA State Police employee come forward with information filed in a criminal complaint this week on February 7th that allegedly linked Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro with the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. Holy shit. Wasn't Josh Shapiro one of the individuals that was supposedly maybe going to be selected to be vice president for Kamala Harris? Yeah, I think that's actually how it would go, right? Bates says Canada should have no votes. They've already proved they can't be trusted when it comes to the government. Yeah, that's totally 100% true. Fucking ridiculous. Wild ass peoples. But, you know, there's still some hot ass Canadian chicks, and I need a wife. I could deal with one of them, you know, with their big dogs and their big booties. Why not? You know, they're like Mexicans from the north and white. Oh, bro. Now you got to be joking. This can't be real. It says it's coming from Pennsylvania arrest warrants, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Governor Josh Shapiro was allegedly involved. Here's Richard Goldlinger, August 22nd. I am in receipt of a private criminal complaint you filed against Governor Joshua Shapiro and his alleged involvement in the attempted homicide of former President Donald J. Trump on July 13, 2024 in Butler County, Pennsylvania. It is advised that there will be multiple investigations that are currently being conducted by multiple government agencies. Due to these pending investigations, I'm disapproving your private criminal complaint. Interesting. Really weird that that's popping up at the middle of nowhere, right? Is that real? Well, I mean, they dismissed the complaint, so they obviously thought it wasn't credible, but, you know, I figured I would show it to you, you know, just to make sure that you had it, you know, so you saved it or whatever. But, you know, is that anything different? You know, let's just look at what Trump was saying about Gaza. Yeah, he's still committed to his Gaza dream. So just in case you thought that was some kind of troll from Donald Trump, nah, bro, he's serious.
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states in the Middle East to build sections of it. Other people may do it through our auspices, but we're committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. There's nothing to move back into. The place is a demolition site. It'll be, the remainder will be demolished. Everything's demolished. I mean, you can't live in those buildings right now. They're very unsafe. But we'll make it into a very good site for future. I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states in the Middle East to build sections of it. Other people may do it through our auspices, but we're committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. There's nothing to move back into. The place is a demolition site. It'll be, the remainder will be demolished. Everything's demolished. I mean, you can't live in those buildings right now. They're very unsafe. But we'll make it into a very good site for future. I'm committed to. Yep.
He's committed, as CV says. What's up, Lyle? Annihilate me. Nice to see you out there. Also, hello to James Lynch. Whoever the fuck you is. I'm just kidding. Okay. So, yeah, looks like American foreign policy in the Middle East is getting a little more fucked up. Yeah, tripling down, I guess. Is this double down? I guess this is the double down. We haven't tripled down yet, right? So, yeah, we initially heard when Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was here that America was going to be taking over Gaza, the Gaza Strip. And, yeah, that sounded like it was really crazy and never going to happen. But Trump keeps getting asked about it, and he keeps on double, triple, quadrupling down on it, saying, no, yeah, we're America. We're going to take over Gaza. It's going to be United States of Gaza. And then we're going to enact partners from around the area, other states in the Middle East, Israel, and we're going to have them build stuff out there. Yeah, so, basically we're talking about becoming the United States imperialist nation, right? Moving forward to the fact that, well, just because we're the strongest nation on earth, we're just going to dictate now that we can take other people's lands and give it to other people, which is verifiably fucking insane when you really just kind of put it out there. Yeah. It's pretty fucking disheartening to think about, right? Because obviously in no legitimate tone and terms does, any Israeli have any claim to any of the land out there. They're just going to take it anyway. And then the fact that Donald Trump doesn't really give two shits about the plight of the Palestinian people, and he's just so nonchalant about it, like, oh yeah, we'll just get rid of them. I'll just help my buddy Netanyahu out, and then we'll take it over. But obviously we know that's just code, right? That's code, meaning that the American people are going to foot the deaths through military might, and we're going to foot the troops, and we're going to foot the bill to rebuild it, and then he's just going to hand it over to Israel, and that's how basically what we're looking at, what it's going to be. And I mean, that's not going to earn us any favors. That's not going to earn us any good points with any other country out there in the world right now, Russia, fucking anywhere else. Nope, I don't think that's going to earn us any points. I don't think that he's got the guile this time around to make that deal happen. Although, it sounds like he's more than willing to use military might to be pushing it forward. Yeah. That's like gonna be saying, here's Moses, right? Maybe Trump is just talking bullshit, Daniel McCoy, but why does he even care about Congress approving anything at this point? He's just kind of rolling up and saying, hey man, I don't really care about any of that other stuff. We're just going to be taking it over. It's not a wartime thing. So I don't really got to deal with or work with or worry about anything that you guys got to see. Honestly, it's super fucked up. Yep, I agree with you, Teddy. He is just doing what his son-in-law wants, right? He's just doing what Jared Kushner told him to do, what he really wanted him to do. And it's just sad, bro. All the wins, all the ups that we're getting from, or all the other supposed wins that we're getting from this Dodge situation is completely, I think blinding people to the reality is that we went on America first, and nothing that he's saying or doing right now is really showing us America first anything. It's showing us the Israel firsthand, and it's really stupid, right? We shouldn't be messing around with Gaza. We should, and if anything, the only reason we were putting troops down in Gaza was to literally stop the fucking Israelis from indiscriminately killing human beings, right? Like that would be the only reason that we would put them out there, just to protect them from the Israelis. But we're not doing that. No, we're going to come in, clear them out, rebuild, and not let them come back. That's fucked, dude. That's fucked. That's not what I voted for. I know that's what a bunch of other fucking people that voted for him. That's not what you vote for. I didn't vote for Israel, dog. I didn't vote for tax slavery. I didn't vote for rebuilding another country. I voted for this. And, it really brings me into perspective now when you look at why guys like Tucker Carlson, who at one point in time was one of Trump's really big allies, and you basically never see him around them anywhere anymore because, sure, he was visiting Trump a few weeks ago at the White House, right? But he was obviously not visiting for a positive thing. He was probably getting reprimanded for the stuff that he's been saying. Like this.
Why would Obama want to overthrow Assad? Because Israel has run American foreign policy in the Middle East for 30 years. That's how it works. We have an Israel lobby. We have this clean break strategy. We have a plan for 7 wars in 5 years. And what's interesting is they actually kind of carry out this madness. They don't explain any of it to the American people. They don't tell anybody, but you can watch step by step. We've had 6 of those 7 wars. The only one that hasn't happened is Iran. And if you watch every day now, the MSM, the mainstream media, is pushing for U.S. war with Iran. Netanyahu's pushing for war with Iran. They're really trying to get this started to make 7 out of 7.
Yep. They're pushing for it. We're pushing for it. We're pushing for war with Iran. And isn't that what Donald Trump has been going after? We're not the only country, Palestine's not the only country that's occupied. So is the United States. And, it's pretty clear anywhere you look at, the media is out there, the truth is out there. People are going to try to tell you or call you anti-Semitic for understanding the truth, but it's pretty clear now. And I mean, like, we all voted for the guy, and sure, he's doing a few good things, but like the amount of money that it's going to cost to rebuild that place and the war that's going to come after it, because that's going to piss off all of those Arab countries, and they're going to stop attacking Israel with the Iron Dome. And who do you think they're going to be going after? Yeah, the Americans, right? The Americans that are allegedly trying to rebuild the place for a positive scene. Yeah. Not happening on my watch, bro. No, thank you. Don't want it. Don't want it. They have 2 choice. The 2 Satans or a glass parking lot, says Chicken Little. That is correct. That's right. That's all they got. They just want to complete their dream, and they want to get Greater Israel created. And it sounds like American imperialism is going to get pushed forward. So, we're seeing Trump move from this guy that said, oh, we're being positive. We're not going to be hurting other people. We're doing good stuff. We're peace. We're peace. We're peace. And it sounds like he's trying to push for war, man. That's good that you respected Tutser for his Hillsdale speech last year, where he said what Gonzalo was hunted down for. Yeah, he was hunted down because he went after the Zelensky regime. He was talking out about them, wasn't he not? Was he not? Yes, he was. He was. But then, maybe there is going to be some type of goodness that comes out of it. Trump says that the U.S. might lose its patience with the ceasefire deal, right? And this was recently just posted onto Reuters during this whole time, right? As he's hanging out over at the area. Trump said that he's losing patience with the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas after seeing footage of the Palestinian militant groups release hostages over the weekends whose appearance he compared to Holocaust survivors. Trump's reaction to seeing the images of the hostage who appeared gaunt upon their release brought fresh uncertainty for the deal's fate before all the remaining 76 hostages were freed, and came days after the president called for the removal of Palestinians from the enclave and the U.S. to take control of it. So even Trump is falling into that design, right? He's saying, oh, well, I saw the pictures of the Israeli guys, and they didn't look good. You're not taking care of them. But what about the Palestinian folks that are literally look like they got the shit kicked out of them? He's not seeing those pictures. Who's not showing him those pictures? Is it the people that he surrounded himself with? Or is it just because he doesn't seem to care about that particular situation? I think we know what the reality is, right? He's saying, oh, yeah, they look like Holocaust survivors in horrible condition. Yep. So did the Palestinians. But I guess, we're not really going to say anything else about that because, there are guys, right? There are people. So I guess the more that we look into this stuff and the more that we hear about it, it's just going to be the same thing kind of over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, that's what I think, honestly. What's up, Avocado Thor? Avo Thor? Hello. Yeah, we couldn't handle Afghanistan. Well, I mean, Afghanistan was a way different animal, much bigger country, a lot more people, fucking a lot more embedded places. Gaza is basically fucking nothing. So yeah, it'd be a way different trying to handle that spot for sure. I'd agree with that. But Trump's making it pretty well known what he wants for all of this shit. Like he's making it pretty clear what he wants. He's making it pretty clear the way he feels things are supposed to be moving forward with it. And as the American people, we're apparently supposed to just be falling in line. Yep. We're just supposed to fall in line with it and be okay with it. And yeah, I just don't think I'm ever going to be okay with that. But, things are happening. Did you hear that the Pentagon cut off Hegseth's town hall webcast after a transparency pledge? Yeah, Pete Hegseth did his first town hall with the troops and department employees. And as soon as questions began, shortly after Hegseth promised to be transparent with service members and the public, they cut him off and shut down the webcast very, very strangely. Yep, he only got to deliver about 15 minutes of opening remarks, which touched on issues such as grooming standard, readiness, border security, and the administration's desire to root out diversity, equity, and inclusion programs for the military before opening the floor to questions. And all of a sudden, they cut the feed and let music play, which is really interesting. The first person to respond was identified as an Air Force Strategic Deterrence and Nuclear Integration Section, asked whether the administration planned to be more assertive in the gray zone, short of actual warfare to deter China and Russia. And apparently, they cut it off, and it was a predetermined time to cut it off. I guess they didn't really want people hearing about what the United States is going to be moving forward on. But I guess it's just something to think about, right? And how they're actually going to tell us about these particular situations. Yeah. They don't even let our people even talk anymore. You got to realize is that right now they're fighting for their lives and every single little thing. I'm sure Musk is going on. He's making sure that he's got all that money put together, but House Republicans have mulled taxes on scholarships and changes to the student loan program, which if we're really to be certain that the Department of Education is being shut down, it would totally make sense that any types of scholarships or student loan programs that the government would be doing would have to be handled by somebody else. Right? Which is pretty fucking crazy if you think about it. So yes, the Republicans in Congress are looking to slash spending. Some legislators are floating new taxes on college scholarships and an end to student loan repayment programs and a big hikes on taxes on university endowments. And the ideas affect higher education's are among many in circulation among the House committees that are exploring ways to cover the cost of extending and expanding tax cuts passed in Donald Trump's first term. Yep. So, yeah, they're really trying to cut the taxes as much as possible, and they're going to be putting it all on top of education, or at least it was what they're looking to do, right? Change the student loan programs, end any type of repayment programs that have been put through by any of the other administrations, student loan forgiveness and any of that stuff, and basically kind of just start force people to pay what they owe, even if they can't afford it, which is, I guess, one way of doing it. But putting the burden on the actual schools is only just going to increase the amount of tuition that these fucking organizations are asking for. And I mean, obviously, it's going to hurt a lot of things. Been watching that one doctor that was investigating cicada talk about it. And she's saying all the cuts to the NIH and everything else that has been happening is severely bad for education, apparently. I don't know if that's actually all true, but it definitely seems like there are things that are moving, and it just kind of makes you think it's not good, dude. It ain't good, bro. Things are going to be changing a little more rapidly than I think anybody else would even like, to have it. And I mean, dude, we're talking about some crazy shit, dude. Right? Like Donald Trump's talking about annexing Canada and Gaza. He's talking about annexing 2 different fucking countries, right? He's talking about taking over Palestine and taking over fucking Canada. That's a little crazy. That's a little sus, guys. I'm not, I'm all for America and America first, but taking over Canada, Greenland, Mexico, and Palestine doesn't feel America first in my book. That seems like we're getting put last because it's getting put on our backs to pay for all that. Well, I don't know, dude. Midwifery and homeschooling is paramount to these dangerous times to humanity, says CB. Yeah, maybe. A lot of people are going to have to do all that shit because you're not going to be able to afford any of it. Tell you what. Official bans on everything? I mean, dude, I can't believe it that he told Brett Baer that. Maybe we need to find that interview. Yeah, let's see. Anchor Brett Baer. I need to find that interview. Super Bowl pregame interview. Let's see if we can find the actual interview for that. 1 second. Search the web. Bing. Oh, there it is right there. But then I gotta go ding. And then I gotta put it up through here. There we go. Here it is.
Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Happy Super Bowl.
Thank you.
You are going to be the first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl. It's a big day for America, always is. What made you want to do it?
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised to hear that. I would have assumed many presidents came, but...
Are you willing to unalive many Canadians to try to take over Canada? Because that's the price of admission, Bubba. I mean... nukes are cheap.
I think just the spirit of the country's taken on a whole new life. I thought it would be a good thing for the country to have the president be at the game.
It's an iconic day.
It's an iconic day. It's going to be a great game, 2 great teams. And let's see what happens.
It seems the first days of this administration are like a no-huddle offense. Plays going down the field, one after another. There's a long list of things you've already got done in 3 weeks. Big border policy changes, ICE crackdowns on criminals, taking biological men out of women and girls' sports, big energy policy changes. So what's different with you?
One thing to point out is that I've heard locally in Reno, ICE has been spotted taking people down. I haven't heard of anybody locally here in Carson City that ICE is in the building, but usually they'll stop off in Reno before they come down over here. So I'm guessing a lot of shit's going to be going. Wow. Add goldbacks to your toolkit for parallel society and offloading. Yeah, well, do goldbacks still work? Yeah, Kanukistan definitely has some hotties for sure. Yeah. I would marry a Canadian girl, give her citizenship. Hell yeah. Can't be bringing any of that Justin Trudeau bullshit over here, though.
In your administration, the difference between the 45th president and the 47th president?
Well, with the 45th, I had tremendous opposition, but I didn't know people, and I didn't have the kind of support that I needed. I put people in office, some really great ones, but I had some that I wouldn't have put. I would have, known better if it were a couple of years later, or if I had a little more experience in D.C. I was a New York person, not a D.C. person. And I had a lot of opposition. I just noticed, I looked on the stage for the recent inauguration, and I'm looking, it's like a who's who of Washington. Well, if you look on the stage for the first one, it was just the opposite.
So some of your plays have raised some questions and had some pushbacks. 19 states' attorneys general filed a lawsuit, and early Saturday, a judge agreed with them to restrict Elon Musk and his government efficiency team, Doge, from accessing Treasury Department payment and data systems. They said there was a risk of irreparable harm. What do you make of that? And does that slow you down on what you want to do?
No, I disagree with it 100%. I think it's crazy. And we have to solve the efficiency problem. We have to solve the fraud, waste, abuse, all the things that have gone into the government. You take a look at the USAID, the kind of fraud in there,
And you
where
found
the money's
significant
going.
things.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list, you'd say, this is ridiculous. And you've read the same lists, and there are many that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. It's a big scam. Now, there's some good money, and we can do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I
You trust Elon? Oh yeah, he's great. I don't understand how he can devote all the time from all the time he's playing Path of Exile and all the other shit.
told him to do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. But I campaigned on this, Brett.
You announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico. You immediately got action from both of them on border security and drug interdiction.
I did. A lot of
Is
action
that good
nobody
enough?
expected.
Is that good enough?
No, it's not good enough.
So more needed in 30 days.
Something has to happen. It's not sustainable. And I'm changing it.
You know, the Prime Minister said this weekend to a group of Canadian businessmen, he was a private meeting, he said that your wish for Canada to be the 51st state is a, quote, real thing. Is it a real thing?
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state, because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen.
Yeah, I think it's official. Trump is gay for Elon, and Trump is also gay for Canada and all these other places. Like, seriously, he's just trying to take all that shit over.
Too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You said the tariff is a beautiful word. There are some signs in the markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery. So if all goes to plan, when do you think families will be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you kind of saying to them,
you want to take over Canada, but he can't even defeat the Fridger. We will be taken alive. Yeah, no, dude, it'll be pretty easy to take out the Canadians that act like they won't be taken alive, bro. We have bombs for that, son. Your bunker don't mean shit.
Hang on, inflation.
You're going to be an American boy!
No, I think we're going to become a rich. Look, we're not that rich right now. We owe $36 trillion. That's because we let all these nations take advantage of us. Same thing, like $200 billion with Canada. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
Sports has always been something that Americans rally around to come together. They really do. You won the popular vote. You won all the swing states. Have you thought about how to try to bring the country together, to reach out or to find common ground? Have you thought about that or how that might go?
I'd love to do it. But I would say this. We have to come together. But to come together, there's only one thing that's going to do it, and that's massive success. Success will bring the country together, but it's hard. And I say it's hard. I just signed a bill allowing for women not to have to be punished by men in sports. In other words, men are not going to be allowed to play in sports against women. It's ridiculous.
You're a sports guy. You're a football fan. Size up these two teams.
I'm a big fan of both teams. They're sort of different. In Philadelphia, you have one of the greatest running backs, Saquon. You know, Saquon had an uncle who's a great fighter, And I ran Barkley, his name was. So you have a great running back. You really have a great quarterback. The other team, the quarterback really knows how to win. He is a great, great quarterback.
So game prediction?
I hate to do it. I just say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way,
you Canadians will be American and you will like it. You have no choice, C2. You got no choice, bro. You can keep your little Canadian identity forever. We don't care. You'll be eating steaks and baked potatoes and McDonald's drive-thru like the rest of us, so you will like it.
a phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan. She's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person. I watched her being interviewed. I said, boy, that's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great. I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. At the same time,
he went with Kansas City. Well, Trump, you picked the wrong fucking team, just like you did with the Jews. But you know what? You're going to find that one out the hard way. You got to find it out the hard way. Yeah, just to bring up NAFTA, just in case anybody doesn't know what that is. NAFTA, right? Their new version of NAFTA, or what they're trying to put together for NAFTA, would be the North American Free Trade Agreement. And that's between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, that eliminated most barriers between the three countries. It was signed in 1992 and went into effect in 1994. And it was replaced by the USMCA in 2020. Yep. That's right. It's also really, really reminiscent of the Amero? Yes, North American Union Monetary Currency, the theoretical NAU. Yes, the NAU. Which is kind of what Trump is really talking about right now, which is basically creating a monetary union that's economically benefiting North America, Canada, Mexico, and the United States by bringing them under the United States curtain. And a lot of people said that it would actually save a lot of fucking money for everyone. And it actually was involving creating a new currency to get us there, really. A new American unified currency. And this is stuff that was floating around for a long time. North American Union, Lou Dobbs was talking about it. So I feel like people shouldn't really be too far away from the truth in this particular area. Yeah, Trump should have definitely picked the Eagles. But that looks like what we're kind of getting into right now, whether we're looking at NAFTA, the North American Trade Union. Trump's making a lot of really weird moves, right? A lot of really weird moves. And, while Trump is enjoying himself going to football games and shit, VP Vance and Shadow President Musk have been questioning the authority of the courts as Trump's agenda faces a lot of legal pushback. So, instead of basically just going directly to the courts and fighting, they're starting off really big, I guess you would have to say, by having them kind of just say, hey, yep, top Trump administration officials are openly questioning the judiciary's authority to serve as a check on executive power as the new president's sweeping agenda faces a growing pushback from the courts. Over the past 24 hours, ranging from billionaire Elon Musk to Vice President J.D. Vance have not only criticized a federal judge's decision early Saturday that blocks Musk's Department of Government Efficiency from accessing Treasury records, but also attacked the legitimacy of judicial oversight, a fundamental pillar of American democracy, which was based on the separation of powers. If a judge tried to tell me how to conduct a military operation, that would be illegal. If a judge tried to command the attorney general and how to use her discretion as a prosecutor, that would also be illegal. Judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. Yeah, that seems a little weird, right? Because I thought that that's what the whole point of the judicial branch was in the first place. Like, Isn't that how they fought all of the executive orders and stuff that Joe Biden was making it? We filed a lawsuit with the judiciary, and the judiciary was the one that either said it was good or not good, and that's how it was supposed to work. I just find it really strange to be hearing the ex-Marine crayon eater saying some shit like that. But then again, he used to be a Marine. He married an Indian woman, so obviously his choices haven't been the best in life. What do we really have to say about that other than I don't know if that's exactly how that works, son. I don't know if that's how it works. I feel like reverse that, and then you might be actually right on it. But you know what? Good balls coming out and trying to say it. I'm pretty sure a bunch of dumbasses would believe that shit, but that's fine. That's cool. And they say that post from Vance on X came hours after Musk said overnight that the judge who ruled against him should be impeached. A corrupt George protecting corruption needs to be impeached now. And that was the Judge Engelmeyer that was basically shutting them out of it, which is, I believe, his judiciary prerogative, right? Maybe Musk is right and the judge is corrupt and he's protecting corruption and they need to stop doing that stuff. But the legal process is the legal process, and they should have anticipated that this type of shit would have happened, because legitimately it happened to every other administration out there. So I mean, is this really what we're out? Is this really what we're doing? Yeah, kind of makes you wonder. Actually, makes you wonder. Oh, John Trump spoke about rebuilding the third temple. Of course, that's exactly what they're trying to do, because they fucking love Satan and they're assholes. Huh. Interesting. I don't like the precedent it sets when you define a judicial ruling, but I'm wondering what other options are these judges leaving us that the person has written. The court orders against Musk barred his team from temporarily accessing the system that contains sensitive personal data such as Social Security, bank accounts for millions of Americans, and Musk and his team said they're simply rooting through the government system to identify waste and abuse at the direction of the Republican president. We should be totally fine. Even though Deputy White House Chief of Staff Stephen Miller calls the ruling an assault on the very idea of democracy itself. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're really, really getting into the weeds here, guys, with all of this. It doesn't seem like it's there. Yee updated his thing. He's only selling one shirt now. Poor Yee. Yeah, I can't believe Yee took down his fucking Twitter account. Dude, whoever gets Kanye West's Twitter account, that person's gonna be able to make some money. They gonna make some money. That's all right though. What else is going on? Yeah, Kendrick Lamar. Oh yes, Kendrick Lamar and SZA were the people that performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. And honestly, I did listen to it, and Kendrick Lamar definitely sounded like he was out of breath. Like, he was slow. He was slow on it. He's slow on it, but that's all right. Who cares about that shit? Here's another one. Oh, yeah, I gotta because it's from that stupid ass website routers. I gotta go look at the archive. But then again, Trump is announcing that there's going to be a 25% steel and aluminum tariff. Yes, 25% on steel and aluminum tariffs. Who's he going to be tariffing? Everybody that's importing steel and aluminum. And that would be on top of the existing steel and aluminum tariffs. So, that's right. He says that it's a reciprocal tariff that's going to match the rates charged by other countries. So, it's just a new 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports into the United States that is coming on top of the existing metal duties and another major escalation in his policy trade overhaul. All announced while on the Air Force One on the way to the Super Bowl. And he says it's very simple. It's very simple. If they charge us, we charge them. And that's how it works. pretty much. That's what we're doing. Tit for tat. I like it. I mean, do you like it? I'm sure that you don't hate it. But yes, from former President Joe Biden extended these quotas to Britain, Japan, and the European Union, and the U.S. mill steel capacity utilization dropped in recent years. Now, according to the government, American Iron and Steel Institute data, the largest sources of U.S. steel imports are Canada, Brazil, and Mexico, followed by South Korea and Vietnam. By a large margin, Canada is the largest exporter and supplier of primary aluminum metal to the United States, accounting for 97 or 79% of total imports in the first 11 months of 2024. Mexico is a major supplier of aluminum scrap and aluminum alloy. Interesting. Yeah, you're making bank on your scrap now? Yeah, you should be able to make bank on your scrap. All of the scrap that you guys are taking out to different places, we should be taking all of it. Yep, we should sell that car too. So that we can get you guys a new trailer or whatever. Oh, I see CV's in there. I was like, he's like, we need to get you guys a new trailer or whatever. Let me get you an off-road trailer. Off-road camper. Who knows, though? Trump's doing all of the good stuff, and we're going to take over Gaza, and everybody's supposed to be happy. We're calling into it impeach judges, and we're just kind of, I mean, we're in the mix now, bro. Like, I don't see these things happening in such a crazy way, but, you know, a lot of things are weird. For far too long, the United States has minted pennies, which literally cost us more than 2 cents. This is so wasteful. I've instructed my Secretary of Treasury to stop producing new pennies. Let's rip the waste out of our great nation's budget, even if it's a penny at a time. So does that mean that all my pennies are about to be worth more money or whatever? Because I got a lot of pennies and like shit selling up. But yeah, sell the scrap. Sell it. Sell all of it. Yeah, sell it. Get all the scrap wire and stuff. Just basically become scrappers. You can make a lot of money scrapping shit. All I need is a truck and a small trailer, and I can load that shit up with all kinds of scrap shit that we find around places. I need to get a truck one of these days. Wow, is this? As of 2023, it cost the U.S. Mint approximately 11.54 cents to produce a nickel. What? 11 cents to produce a nickel? Wow. That's crazy. I guess we better be picking up that money. Power to the scrappers. Yeah, just scrap out all your metal and separate that shit, go sell it or whatever. You make tons of money. You make tons of money, especially if you separate the scrap into different buckets and then sell it that way. I mean, shit. I don't know how much copper I have, dude, but I probably have a bunch of copper, like for the Ethernet cables, which are a bitch because you got to get it out, but it's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely sounds like they're trying to wean us off the US dollar for sure. They're really trying to get us to do a different thing and look at this whole entire situation in a completely different way. Like, you gotta realize this shit is insane, bro. Everything that we've been looking at for whatever, it is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So we got a new thing coming up forward. Next week's got to be a weird week. I mean, how crazy are we going to get, dude, next week? Next week feels like it's going to be a pretty crazy week. And if it's not a crazy week, who even knows? Dude, who even knows? Yeah, you gotta be real crazy, dude. So, NWO's here. 465 for a pound of copper. Yeah, I probably have like 20, 30 pounds of copper, maybe 50 pounds of copper. I don't know. We could get a lot more. Just gotta start scrapping, getting old shit, breaking it down, putting it together. My problem is I just don't have anything big enough to put the shit in. So I guess that's pretty much it for us today. Real slow, easy to go show. Congratulations to the Eagles for their second win on the Super Bowl. And I guess congratulations to Donald Trump for winning the Super Bowl, because it kind of seems like he's the one that really took the win out of this situation. And so far, I mean, we got more shit coming down the pipeline. We're going to own Gaza. We're going after Canada. That just sounds like we're just, they're just prepping us to be ready for the incoming war. So, get ready to die for Israel and be happy about it. Okay, be happy about it. So no one's going to save you anymore. Yep, I didn't think that things are going to get this bad this time around, but it really looks like the mask has been taken off. And I mean, how do you really change anything about that? I don't think that you can. I think we just got to grin and bear it, because the democracy's over and the American empire is just fucking beginning. But remember, it's not going to be the American empire. It's going to be the Israeli empire. So welcome to the United States of Israel. Hope you guys are really happy with the psyops of the day. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. That's right. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Just let me know what y'all are doing. Either way, much love to you. Thanks so much for being here and joining us today. And we'll see you again on the next one. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye now. See you later. Have a good one. Be good. Be the best. You're the best. The best. No one ever's gonna keep it down. Except for the Jews. Da-da-da. 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 Da-da-da.